Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 48 from Mirage Studios. Shades of Grey. This came out in June 1992. Cover art was by A.C. Farley. The story is by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. So yes, we finally get them back. But the artwork wasn't by either of them. The artwork was by Jim Lawson, and the inking was by Keith Aiken. And I'll say that they did a good job with the artwork. Obviously, I would have preferred if Eastman and Laird, did the artwork as well. But still. And this issue basically, this issue's pretty heavy. Let's just get right into it. So we have Casey hopping around on a rooftop building. Basically, he's doing some kind of like mission that was given to him by Splinter. And the Turtles are kind of like chilling out, wondering what to do. They think that this, exercise is kind of bogus. And they decide, all right, let's go do the exercise as well. But Donatello decides to stay behind because he has a project that he's currently working on. So the Turtles have to basically go out and find Casey Jones and return back to Northampton by 1 a.m. So April's going to go and drop them off, and they have to find Casey before then. Otherwise, they're walking back home. That's what the exercise is Casey has to go somewhere to hide. The Turtles have to find him before 1 a.m. So yeah, April drives the Turtles off, dumps them off. The Turtles are, trying to look for him, and then that's when they realize, you know what? Instead of trying to find Casey, who's running around hiding somewhere, let's just find his truck. That would be a lot easier because his truck is going nowhere. And if we find his truck, then we'll find him when he eventually comes back to the truck to go back home. So that would be a lot easier. And they're like, all right, sure, let's go do that. And then we have April. She goes into the store, starts heading back home when her car breaks down in the middle of the highway. And this guy on a motorcycle shows up, and that's the end of that. I'm assuming that's going to play off in the next issue. Maybe it's setting up for something shady to happen there. But yeah, the Turtles are hopping from rooftop to rooftop, trying to find Casey. And Casey is actually watching them, and he kind of laughs at them because they're not able to find him. And then he ducks into a park. And at the park, there are three gangsters there. And they basically threaten Casey. And then they pull out weapons on him. So he fights them back. And one of the thugs goes to stab a knife at Casey. And Casey just barely blocks it with his stick. And then he hits the guy in the neck with his knee and then bashes him with the hockey stick. And the rest of the goons run off. And then Casey goes to the guy who he just knocked down. And he realizes that, oh no, the kid's dead. I just murdered someone. And yeah, of course, Casey feels terrible for this because, this is a young kid that he just accidentally murdered. But here's the thing that's kind of funny is that Casey was introduced as a crazy vigilante who killed people. His whole shtick was that no matter what crime you committed, death was your penalty for breaking the law. And then, of course, the Turtles, reformed him and stuff like that. I don't know how exactly they reformed him. He just went from killing people to not killing people. So the fact that all of a sudden he feels really bad about this, it just comes across kind of weird. Especially since the Turtles have killed people too. And I'm assuming Casey has killed more people, since teaming up with the Turtles, like the Foot Clan and stuff like that. So him killing someone just seems kind of, I don't know. It's like they're trying to make something really heavy when it doesn't make sense because they've killed before. I don't know. It's like they're trying to retcon that. They're trying to retcon the fact that he's murdered before, and the Turtles have murdered before too. So, yeah, I don't know. But he's also, I guess, maybe it's because it's a young person, a young teen. But at the same time, this young teen, he kind of deserved it. He's hanging out with other terrible people. He's brandishing weapons. He literally went to go and kill Casey. He pulls out the knife and he stabs it right at Casey's head. And Casey just barely blocks it with his stick. So, I don't have any sympathy for this kid. Hey, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You go to commit a murder, expect to get murdered back. I have no problems with that. So, but Nobody, who appeared in one of the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I did a video on that, I don't know, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. But he shows up and he starts fighting Casey, and he calls Casey like a murdering scumbag, basically. And Casey tries to like plead with him, like, "Hey, it was an accident. I didn't mean to do it." But nobody like is like, I'm gonna take you down. Like, I'm arresting you. For anyone who doesn't know, nobody is a cop. Only he wears this costume of a vigil and goes on vigilante missions and does things that he won't be able to do as a cop. But yeah, so Casey fights him off, makes a run for it, and then he's chilling out in the graveyard, and he's just like really down in the dumps. Like, he's like, I killed a kid, and he starts freaking out about it, and he like takes off his mask, kind of looks at it, and looks like maybe he's thinking about like retiring and stuff like that. Again, like, I'm not really buying this all that much, because like, dude, you've killed before. So like, I'm not seeing why it would be like if Punisher killed a gangbanger and then he's broke down and started feeling bad about it. And it's like, no, like, you killed a gangbanger who was about to kill you. Like, and you've killed plenty of people before with no remorse. Why do you all of a sudden you feel bad about this one person? It doesn't make any sense. He's like staring at his mask when nobody shows up, and that's when we cut to the Turtles, who see the other two gangbangers running away. And they're like, oh, they're running, they're running in a hurry. Maybe Casey came this way. Let's just go run in the opposite direction that they're going in and see if we can find Casey. So they do, and they come across the park, and they come across the dead kid, and they see like tracks leading off. So they go and chase after those, and then we cut back to Casey versus nobody, and yeah, the two are basically just fighting each other almost evenly until eventually nobody gets a hit in. Casey falls. Nobody starts to try to handcuff him when the Turtles show up and tell him to let him go. And he's like, this guy's a murderer. And they're like, Casey's a lot of things, but he's not a murderer. And they say, like, tell that to the dead kid. And of course the Turtles are confused and they ask Casey what happened. He said, it was an accident. The kid jumped me and it got out of control. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, like, Mike's like, so Leo, what do we do? And Raphael's like, what the hell do you mean? It's obvious. Casey's coming back with us. We're not letting him, get arrested, especially by some bonehead in black tights. And then of course nobody's like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Like, we've worked together. You said that you were on the side of law and order, and yet you're condoning this guy murdering someone. And he's like, haven't you killed anyone before? Nobody. And nobody's like, only in self-defense. And damn it, I'm a cop. It's like, dude, self-defense. Like, what do you think Casey was doing? He literally hit the kid after the kid tried to stab him. That's the definition of self-defense. But I like this. I like Raph's takedown of nobody. Raph says, you got a pretty flexible definition of self-defense. Oh, was that not you blowing a couple of chopped jockeys into flaming bits over the Connecticut River a while back? This happened in the issue where nobody appears in the Tales of series. You guys can check that out. I did a review for that. But he says, I don't recall that. Your life was in danger from them. So don't you go throwing your badge in my face. When you're wearing that suit, your badge don't mean jack. So I hand him over. And I'm like, yes. Thank you, Raph. You're awesome. And nobody kind of stares him down. There's like a Mexican standoff, basically. And eventually, nobody lets Casey go and says, you guys realize you're accomplices now, right? We're no longer on the same side. And the Turtles are like, Casey will answer whatever he's guilty of. Justice will be served. And then they leave with Casey. And then we just have nothing but an empty cemetery at the end with Casey's bloody mask on the ground. And that's how the issue ends. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a heavy issue. I mean, it's dealing with the hero accidentally murdering someone. But here's the thing. It doesn't... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But I don't see this as being bad what Casey did. Now, if it was like two, punks, and then they're like dragging one of their, younger brothers or whatever who doesn't want to be involved, and Casey accidentally kills him. Like, maybe Casey throws his stick and one of the thugs moves and it hits the other kid by accident and he dies, or something like that. Fine. But one is Casey killing someone, which he's done in the past, and two, it's someone who literally just tried to stab him. Like, someone who literally just brought a knife at his head and he just literally blocked it at the last possible second. So that's the very definition of self-defense. This kid's not innocent. And I don't even want to say he's a kid. He If anything, he'll be like a teenager, but not even like a mid-teen or anything like that. This is like 17-year-old or something. Hey, you don't want to get murdered? Don't be doing illegal, shady shit in the middle of the night. Like, I don't know. Maybe like I just don't have enough compassion for. I mean, this is a fictional character, obviously, so But I don't see Casey in the wrong whatsoever. I don't see why he's so upset. You didn't kill anyone innocent. This isn't your first murder. You literally killed someone who just tried to kill you. He literally pulled out a knife and went to stab at you, and if you didn't block it, you would have died. It's not like, he clumsily was trying to scare you off or anything. He tried to murder you, and you saved yourself. And then, of course, as soon as you blocked the knife, you countered back to get him away from you. And in the process, he died. I don't see a problem with that. I 100% side with Casey. I am 100 against him feeling bad about it. I don't see why he is. So that's kind of confusing me. I don't know why he's so down in the dumps about accidentally doing something that he's done plenty of times before. But yeah, there we go. Like I said, artwork's good. Story is it's good, and this would be a really great issue if things were a little bit different. If Casey was not a murderer already, or not someone who's killed before, and this is his first time killing, and if the person he accidentally killed was more innocent, but he's not. He's literally laughing with the rest of the gangbangers as they're taunting Casey, and he jumps into the fray like without any hesitation, and he pulls out a knife to stab and kill Casey. It's not like he was involuntarily, dragged into this mess. He got himself into the mess on his own. So I have no sympathy for him. So because of that, I find it weird that Casey has so much pain and depression about killing this guy. So if they had changed it, if they had made it so Casey was never, he never killed anyone, and if they had made this gangbanger a little bit more innocent, like maybe like we see a scene where, he's talking to the guys, and maybe he's doing this for, to pay, he needed money to pay for his sick mother or something, or he's like, guys, I really don't want to do this. Like, this isn't right. And the other guys peer pressure him into doing it or something. Just something like that would have gone a long way in helping. But not even that happens. It's just he's happy to attack Casey. So yeah, I feel like this could have been a really great message, but the message falls flat because of those reasons. But other than that, I mean, it was an entertaining issue. So yeah, there's that. And I'm glad that we're back in the present day and doing present day adventures and no longer like jumping through time or going to space or anything like that. Not that I don't, that I hated those issues, because I loved them, but I'm missing having present day, Turtles adventures. So I'm glad we seem to be heading right back to that. But yeah, there you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 48, Shades of Grey. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the series so far. Yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.